Alright, so it should be streaming now, and I'm going to go and just make a short clip. That's going to be real short. I got a piece of spring steel. These are pretty big chunks of spring steel. And I'm going to make wedges out of them. And I'm not going to leave it on and show you doing all of them, but I'll show you doing one. So I'm going to do most of it over back there on the power hammer. So I'm going to pull it out. Not going to heat it up as much because it's spring steel and not mild steel. But take good heat on it. Go over, flip it on. You should be able to see it in the little camera up in the corner. Take another heat on it. I'm going to take one more heat on it, but you can see I'm drawing that down to a taper, and that's all I'm doing is just making some wedges for splitting the rock ledge when I go mining for Perkinmore diamonds. Me and my wife like to mine for them, and I have quite the collection. Well, she has quite the collection. So I'll take another heat. I'm going to do it. Hey Dubaka, I'm just doing a short one. I'm actually going to show this to somebody that's into mining and post it to their webpage. So it's just a short one, and all I'm doing is just tapering out one wedge. So I'll heat it back up. This is the thickest one, and it takes 2 heats to do. So my thinner ones, because I got some coming up that aren't as thick, then, you know, I should be able to do them in 1 heat. Turn that off, put it back in, let it heat. But yeah, this isn't going to be a very long one at all. It's just going to be real quick. Then I'll take them and I take them up until the magnet doesn't stick anymore. Then I quench them in vegetable oil. Because that's what I got. Over the years I quenched them in vegetable oil and quenched stuff in old motor oil. Getting away from the old motor oil, it stinks too much. There. Take it out. Okay, that looks fairly decent. Now you can see tapered down into a wedge. Then I'll just sharpen the point a little bit more, but maybe I'll heat it up and do one more crack. Just out on the tip. One, but here I am. Yeah, well, thanks for showing up, Debaka. I mean, some days I get on and I just play around. I just got out of work earlier. I'm working a different shift. I get off early. I had enough time after work. If I stay on that shift, I may end up doing some more early in the afternoons and stuff like this. I get home from work, fire up the forge before the wife gets home. All right. Alright, that'll do it. Pretty good. And you can see now I've got a nice tapered wedge, which was that a couple minutes ago. Give it a quick straightening. That was pretty good, pretty straight. Not that it matters if it's perfectly straight, because I'm not going to harden. I mean, I'm going to harden it, but then I'm going to draw it back. When I temper it, I'm going to draw it back to probably a dark brown heat. Instead of going straw, I'll go a little bit past that so that it's not super hard. Sometimes I'll take them and go almost to purple. But that way they're not as brittle and you don't have to worry about them breaking. Instead, you just get a bend. It'll bend. Because it is a spring. I mean, if I use them raw and don't harden them at all, I've used them before without doing anything to them. And they bend, but they don't break, and they're reasonably hard, better than mild steel. So I'm going to go ahead and end this so that I can post it later to somebody else. And that was a little short one.